So we are so excited to have Swimmer Joe as our next guest. Joe is an award-winning blogger, a swim coach, the host of multiple swim shows, and most importantly, my husband. Hello, Joe.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here.
And I am here in the middle. I'm actually excited, Swimmer Joe. Can I call you that?
Sure.
Because I've seen all of your, I hear about your stuff all the time, but I've never actually talked to you personally about what you do.
Well, we live stream swim meets all over the state of Florida on the internet. And they're live. They can go back for replays. We put them on our website, and it's great stuff.
So where did it all begin? How did you get into live streaming?
Wow, we were at a championship swim meet. Bess was back with Central Florida top 5 at the time. And she's like, you know what, I'm so bored at these swim meets. I don't know what to do.
Wait. Do you know how long a swim meet
All
is?
day.
You wait for hours to see your kid swim maybe 30 seconds.
All day.
So
anyway,
you're being bored.
So anyway, she's like, you know what, we're going to film it. And I went, film it? What is that? So she has, you know, the little eyeball on the top of a stick for your desktop?
Mm-hmm.
You've seen that? Well, she decided to put one on top of the announcer's speaker, okay? So she's got this little, and it's the kind that's remotely, you know, moves with the face, you know? So she's got this thing up there, and it's following the race, and then the announcer would talk, and the thing would shake like this. So that was our first broadcast. It was plugged in the computer, and that was it. And she had her headset, and she was talking to people all over the world. One of our very first groups online was from Ireland. So it was good stuff.
Yeah, it was neat. Word spread on deck as people realized that we were live streaming it, and so they started texting aunts and uncles and grandparents.
And it just went crazy.
And the cool thing was we had Olympian Ryan Lochte swimming at that meet, and so we had a lot more people tune in. So.
And was it being broadcast on Florida Swim Network, or was it a?
I think at the time it was just a link, wasn't it? I can't remember. Yeah, a Ustream link.
So why is video and maybe live streaming an important tool for bloggers?
I think it is just so now. I mean, it's so live right away. I mean, you could go live with it if you want. You can record it and put it straight into your blog, and it's just super simple, and it's fast and easy, and people love it.
So talk a little bit about the chat room that we have on Florida Swim Network and how that has helped build the community.
Wow, so we do University of Florida meets and meets, you know, again, all over the state, and we have a chat window on the side where people can chime in and say good luck, do shout outs, talk with each other, and it just kind of livens up the broadcast compared to just a commentator and the meet going on. It's a whole other community going on beside the broadcast, so it's pretty cool stuff. And we call out to it and say, hey, so-and-so, you know, mention a good luck or whatever. It works out really well.
So if somebody wants to get into, let's just talk about video and then let's talk live streaming, but what's some of the gear that you might need to consider about investing in?
Wow, so we went from, let's just do a camera, a headset, and a computer, and then we go, you know what, it'd be cool if we ran another camera. So how do we do that? So we researched it and added pieces, and it just went crazy, you know, with the prices and everything. So getting to your question, you could do it as simple as a computer plugged in to a camera, plugged into a headset, and just be live. That's the best way to do it, I think.
So you also, though, use some very inexpensive when you're doing interviews. For example, when you went to the Olympic trials, you did not take all the big gear. What did you take?
So we had an iPad with a light on top and a carrier, which is right here. And so they ran all the swimmers through a corral after they swam. So I'd go watch the race, and then they would come down, and I'd run down, and then I'd give them with a mic, and get this, film it, and zoom it up to her back in Orlando, and it was up on the web in 2 minutes.
Wow!
Compared to everybody filming, and I got to go back, and I got to edit. Our stuff was done and up, and we were finished when the meet was over.
And Joe likes to joke that some of the big cameras that were there, Sports Illustrated, ESPN, Swimming World, they had all their big cameras, were kind of snickering about his little iPad, but they saw how timely we were uploading stuff.
And we got all the looks ahead of time. All the Florida swimmers, we got them ahead of everything.
And so now the meets that he goes to, there's a few major news outlets
No kidding.
using this very thing.
Yeah.
So kind of neat.
It's just fast stuff. It's really good. Works out well.
If you want to get into live streaming, what's the software side of things to be able to do something like that?
Software for live stream is like, we use live stream. It's a platform.
Mm-hmm.
We plug into them. There's a lot of different accessories that you can buy to get going for that. We have our website. What else, Bess?
So you have the encoder, and usually Livestream or Ustream, and those are the two most popular kind of public websites that you use to stream, provide that for you. And so it's as simple as plugging your feed into that encoder, and they kind of pack it all up for you, the audio and the video, to make it sendable across data, the data across the Ethernet. And I do have to say, and Joe, I'm sure you would agree, live streaming is one of the easiest things we've done, but also one of the hardest things.
It's very hard. It's very hard. You don't see a lot of people doing it.
Yeah.
It's super tough. Doing it properly.
Yeah, it can be as easy as using a Google Hangout on air, or if you do it the way we do it with multiple cameras, it can get pretty tricky there. So it definitely takes to do your research on it.
Are there suggestions you have on capturing great video? How do you make sure you really get that moment the best way possible?
I walk around so much and just have a camera in my hand all the time at swim meets. I do it all the time, to probably people are going, oh my gosh, here comes Joe again. Because and then I go back at night and just look through the cool stuff. I mean, I ask him silly questions, I ask him serious questions, I ask Coach funny questions, and I'll get stuff and material all day. Just
So is the
capture it
key
all
not
day.
to take it too seriously?
Not take it too seriously, and just have fun with it, and they know you're goofy, and they know you're having fun, and
They know you're goofy.
yeah, probably. But that's how I get it all. So it's fun.
And you've recently moved into the TV studio, so
Yeah, wow,
tell us
that was-
what happened there. What's that story all about?
Well, so we Florida High School Swimming. They have state meets. They have 4 different classes: 1A, 2A, 3A, and 4A. And we were doing a show each of the weekends, and then a mythical show. And we went in the studio. It looked like ESPN, and we had our commentators there, and we just talked about the meets and joked with each other and had a great time. It was good stuff. Transition was. I don't know, we had fun. It was all coaches and friends, so it was really easy to do.
Very cool. So do you have any tips if a blogger wanted to interview somebody besides just have fun with it?
Tips for them, I think it'd be easy just to ask them a few questions, or maybe to even get them just to loosen up first by talking with them a little bit and just seeing how they are and tell them what you're doing, and then just ask them a couple of questions and see what happens.
Okay, excellent. So I think we have some footage of you in the studio. So
Cool.
Before we cut to that, where can our viewers find you online?
I am at SwimmerJoe, and find me at Florida Swim Network, Joe at FloridaSwimNetwork.com.
Excellent.
All right,
Thanks.
let's
All right,
take a
let's take a look at the video clips.